Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Luigi, and I'm just doing a little live commentary today because I don't know. I got kind of bored, and I wanted to talk about a few things that happened today, actually. So in well, I think one of my previous videos, I told you guys that I actually got my GED, like I passed the test and everything like that. Not exactly how it happened. Went to the old school I was studying at to prepare for my GED test. I went back there today, and my old teacher actually told me that I didn't pass the social studies portion of it. So, with that happening, and this game might take a minute to find, so bear with me. This might be a little long because of that. Um, but anyway, because of that complication with the social studies test, I was actually one question away from passing it, and which really sucks because it really is my fault because it was the last test I took the day I took all my tests, so I kind of just wanted to get it over with and kind of go home already, right? So I just kind of guessed like the last 10 or so questions, and it ended up being a horrible idea. I do not want to play that map, so let's go and restart this. Hopefully I get a DLC map. That's kind of what I wanted to do, was continue getting DLC maps. Look at that emblem right there, and that title and emblem. That's sexy sexiness right there. Anyway, yeah. So and then after I got done with my GED test, like it was probably about 2 or 2.5 weeks later, something like that. They came out with a new test, like a 2014 version instead of the 2002 version, which is what I took. So now that they have this new version of the test, just because I missed that one question, I now have to retake the entire thing instead of just taking the social studies portion and getting a 420 instead of a 410, which is what I got. I have to now retake the entire thing because they made this an entire new test. Like it's an entirely new test. It's supposed to be even harder, and so what that means is I'm gonna go look for a no, I can't move my controller. Can't move anything. Alright, well this is really bad. So hopefully it just throws me into a game real quick, and pretty quick game. But I know this is kind of boring to watch, so yeah, that's about my luck. So I'm just gonna jump into a team deathmatch. Hopefully it throws me into a lobby real quick, and we can get this started and get this going, and maybe it'll end fairly quickly. So that's what's gonna happen right there. Back to what I was talking about. So now that there's this entirely new test, I have to retake the whole thing instead of just taking the social studies portion of it, meaning that I'm gonna have to go back to school and do that every other night thing where I go there every other night for like 3 hours until I get 40 hours. So I'm gonna figure out if I need an entire new 40 hours, or can some of my hours count on from the last time I took the class. Can I just kind of transfer those over and then just take the practice test? If I don't pass, do a little studying, get a little prepared for it, and then take the practice test again and then take the GED? Or do I have to redo the entire thing? And this game just started, so it might take a minute. I can't imagine a team deathmatch taking too long, so hopefully it won't take very long. So they're all kind of back in their corner back there, and I'm gonna try and not get shot in the back like I just did. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna have to retake the entire test, but I have a few complications I need to get out of the way before I start my classes again, and before I kind of jump back into the whole going back to school thing. And I cannot believe I didn't see that kid or hear him. Anyway, so yeah, that's what that's gonna happen. That's gonna be what that looks like. So for my YouTube schedule, it's going to change a little bit if I have to go back to class full time. That means I might not be able to upload a video on some days, depending on what time I decided to go to class. I could go to class during the day or at night, and the only way I'd be able to go during the day is if my dad does not have work that day, because I do not have my car. I do not have a car. Alright, I don't understand how any of those shots didn't hit. I don't have a car, so I'm going to be relying on him. This is a really laggy lobby. So I'm going to really be relying on him to kind of, escort me up and down there, and really help me out on getting my GED done once and for all. And what's really sad about it is that he was like super proud of me for getting it done within like 2 months of me dropping out. You know, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are like, well, I dropped out for a reason. I'm gonna get a little partying in. I'm gonna get a little, maybe get a job and things like that before I actually start my schooling and take the actual test. Um, and then other people, they they fail the test and then they decide I'm one barring. So this is not a good lobby at all. I'm lagging hard as shit. If you guys didn't know already, if you can't tell, I am lagging really hard. And most people, if they like fail the test the first time, they like don't ever retake it, just thinking, I failed it, I'm not smart enough to do it, I can't go back to school, they're not going to accept me back there, and things like that, which is totally ridiculous. They will obviously accept you back in the class, but and they'll obviously take you back, but you have to pay a fee, another $50 fee, I think, or something like that if you wait too long and things like that. So hopefully I don't have to do that. But I probably will. I just raped that kid on a laggy connection. I might have to pay the fee. Maybe not. Okay. I might have to, maybe not. But I will have to pay pay to take the test again. I had to pay like... Not me. My dad actually had to pay, I think it was like $80 or something like that to take the test the first time. So we're either gonna have to pay another $80 or something maybe even a little more expensive than that. I don't know for sure though. I'm getting... What the fuck, dude? This host or this lobby is just not helping me at all in the sense of good gameplay, and I don't know anything about this game anymore. I don't know where I just put that area strike. Yeah, decent spot, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna have to repay to take the test again. It's gonna be a little more expensive this time since it's a harder test, a longer test. It's gonna take up a little more time. But it shouldn't be too bad, since I honestly should have just focused up and passed that part. So it really is all my fault, but then again it's not, because the state of Kansas requires a 420 when the actual GED place only requires a 410. Like, they only require a 410 when the state of Kansas requires a 420, which is ridiculous, because they shouldn't... Like, why in the world would you have them... And that's literally one question. Like, no joke, that's one question. So I don't know why in the world the state of Kansas would require one more right answer than what is actually like required from the state of Kansas. Or from the GED kind of testing center or whatever, that place. So I don't understand why they do that, but they do. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. Honestly, for a minute I thought about suing Kansas, like suing the GED state of Kansas thing, like the GED place or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I went there forever and I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, I honestly thought about suing them, like, no joke. So, and obviously that's ridiculous, because like there's nothing really... I don't know anything about lawyers or how much that would cost, but I'm sure it would cost more than just me retaking the test. And but then again, it would give me my GED, so I don't know. But I'm not suing Kansas. I thought about it for like an hour, and I honestly considered it, but then I was like, no, that's ridiculous. I'm not gonna go through with that. Okay. Alright, this lobby is awful. I'm still one bar, and I'm 14 and 24 and 10. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I don't know if I'm going to go right back to school or anything like that, or what I'm going to do in that regard, but I'm going to eventually get my GED. I'm going to find out if I can just like take the practice test, and then if I pass, go take the real test, because I honestly think if I take the practice test and I pass it with flying colors like I should, and like I should have passed the actual test with flying colors, I think they'll just be like, you know what, you're fine, just go take it. and then I'll be good enough. I'll be good to go on taking the test and actually pass it this time. Focus up the entire time. But the good part is I can take it in like there's like 7 tests I think, or like 6 tests, something like that. So I can take like 3 one day, 4 the next day, or 4 the first day, 3 the second. But I can like spread it apart. I don't have to do them all in one day like I had to last time because I missed the sign up time for the like all the tests were filled up by the time I got there to actually apply for the GED test. So I had to actually take it on a computer, which kind of, oh, my awful aim, which kind of was good and bad at the same time, because like it's a lot easier to guess on a computer, which is not a good thing. But I'm gonna act like it is just for a second. It's a lot. It's just, I don't know. I take tests better on a pen and paper because I'm like, you know what? Let me just read this real quick. I can get right through it, and it's harder to like stare at a computer screen for a long time rather than a piece of paper. So like I'm a lot more comfortable taking pen and paper tests. So hopefully I can do that this time instead of having to take it on the computer all in one day. Which is what I ended up having to do in the last time, and that was my fault too. I goofed on that one, but 33-12, not too bad. Best score in the game, so that's cool. So I just thought I'd put out another video today. This is my second video today. If you haven't watched my other video, go check that out. It's actually uploading as I'm doing this commentary. But like the video if you enjoyed it, favorite if you really enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter. It'll be in the description below. And as always, guys, this has been Luigi, and I'm out. I really need to work on my outro because I'm not very good at doing it yet. So yeah, see ya.